What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the final day in my 31 and 31. Today is Halloween. Finally, we've made it. Today we are talking about the last film in my 31 and 31, and we are talking about Haunt, the movie by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who also went on to direct 65 with Adam Driver, and the new Heretic movie coming out with Hugh Grant, which I'm really looking forward to. They also co-wrote the story for A Quiet Place, which is fucking awesome as well. So a little background in this story. These kids go to this extreme haunted house and they end up getting in over their head, and they find out it isn't as fake as they think it is. One thing I hate about haunted houses is because you never know. Do they do background checks? Do they know these people are really psychos? Do they? So they get to this haunted house, and one by one they start realizing it's a lot more real than they planned it out to be. The gore is amazing in this movie, really well effective. I like the scares in it. I think it was good. It's filmed awesome. The score is great. I watch this movie every year. I absolutely love it. The one thing I did take away from it that I thought was really, really cool as well is the actual faces under the masks. Seeing as they end up being told that they're a cult, they end up doing body modifications and tattoos and everything to kind of match the mask that they wear. I think that's cool. The vampire that you see later in the movie, he tells you, I was supposed to get my first kill and then I would have got my true mask. I kind of wish he would have, because I kind of want to see what the vampire would have looked like. But yeah, this movie is super, super fun. Kind of freaks me out a little bit just because I've been to an extreme haunted house and I've done shit in an extreme haunted house that's kind of fucked me up. Because literally you're living in your own like snuff film. So it's kind of crazy. I do like the look of the one first killer. I do think his tattoos and his body modifications look fucking fantastic. I think they did an amazing job in the makeup department. The tone of the movie is creepy as fuck. You really do get that tone of they don't know how to get out of this, and they do not know how they're going to be able to survive this night. I like the fact that they didn't set up for a sequel, because that's what everybody does these times, is always gotta stay for the sequel. Like, no, you can do a one and done horror movie and you're completely fine. I do not want a sequel to this movie. I think this movie's perfect the way it is. I actually honestly would love to see this movie Heretic. I can't wait to see it. I want to see what this guy do again. I did watch 65. I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought it was okay. It wasn't that great. So yeah, I think it's on Tubi if you guys want to stream it. It's definitely worth a watch, especially if you're into movies like this. I did another one that was kind of like this called Hellfest, which is really cool too. Another movie to check out as well if you end up liking those type of haunted house movies like this and like Hellfest. There's two movies in a franchise. Well, they're not really a franchise. They're just two movies. They're called The House is October Built. That's very fun to watch too. Second one was kind of a drag. First one was really, really, really creepy. So yeah. So pretty much all in all, if I had to give this a score, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5, just because they've done everything I wanted in this movie. They set up tone. They gave you a creepy score soundtrack. They gave you creepy characters. You didn't know if they were going to survive. You didn't know if they were going to get out. So yeah, it's such a great film. So that is the final film in my 31 and 31, and it's going to be Haunt. I gotta be honest, this was a long 31 and 31. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna make it, just because with work And with work and stuff, and trying to catch up on weekends, because weekends are usually my time with my girl. I tried my best, but you know what? I got through it. One of my homies were joking and was like, "Oh, next you should do a 25 and 25 for December." And I was like, "Fuck your whore mouth." I'm like, give me some time. Because I do got some bigger things coming. I am recording a 3-part Terrifier retrospective today with Jedi Master Grady. He is going to be doing the reviews with me. We are going to be starting with Terrifier 1, and then we are going to do our review, and then we're going to do Terrifier 2, and then repeat, and then we're going to do Terrifier 3, and do that as well. But the only difference is in part 3, we're going to go, okay, where do we think, watching the 3 in a row, where do we think this is going to go? Like, where do we think the story's going to go next? That's going to be our final talk about on that retrospective, is where do we think is going to go next? Our theories are because I have a bunch of theories of where it's going to go. So stay tuned for that. I also am gearing up and getting the final details done in the podcast. I still do not have a name yet. There's a few that I'm throwing around. I just want the name to be perfect. I have one I like, but I'm going to tweak it a little bit. I will give that name soon. The podcast will definitely be soon, because I am ironing out the final details in that. And besides that, we're just making this work, man. We're rolling and towing. We do have, like I said, I do have a Terrifier retrospective today that I'm recording. After Halloween, I am going to be getting with my homie Gary and probably a couple other people, and we're going to film a Godzilla retrospective. No, we're not going through every single Godzilla movie. No, it's not going to be 18 hours long. No, there's not going to be 20 parts to that. We are just going to do a 2-parter, maybe an hour and a half each time, and we're just going to talk about our favorite Godzilla films, which ones we like, which ones we don't like, stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. We definitely got more. So Crimson Grady Productions, we ain't slowing down. We're going to have content after content. We're going to do whatever we can to keep stuff up. I'm also going to be debuting a new film segment as well, which is going to be once a week, which is, I'm just calling Headlines from the Grave. And it's going to be Crimson's Headlines from the Grave. And what it is, it's going to be Friday mornings or Saturday mornings. And I'm just going to go through the Monday through Friday week of news, and what news makes me excited to get into that, and talk about the news of horror, any new breaking news. Like, give you an example, when they talk about Terrifier 4 and they give that news about, oh, here's the thing, I'll be like, all right, this is the new news, let's go. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for that. So we are going to be having Headlines from the Grave. We are going to be doing that Terrifier retrospective. I am doing a Godzilla retrospective. Podcast is coming soon. So we got a lot of shit in the woodworks, man. Let's fucking do it. Until then, as I always say, like the video, give a subscribe. The more viewers I have, the more I can do. Let's make it work, man. Let's get this channel up. I want to start doing events. I want to be able to start doing events for the local 716 crowd. I want to be able to start doing movie events. I want to start doing crazy shit. Let's get it, but I can't do it until I get this channel up and going. So if you haven't seen it and you haven't like the page, subscribe to the page. Let's get it moving, everybody. So until next time, everybody, stay creepy, my friends.